So here we are at Cargohold. Just a quick little look through. Oh yeah. Hi. And here's Doug Owen, the proprietor and general man about town here.
Man about being in the store all the time.
Yeah, right. Well, there's that too.
But that's okay. I love being here. Not a problem.
So, tell us about this Red Rapparee.
The Red Rapparee.
Yeah.
Interesting. You know, I was at a tinderbox, worked at a tinderbox in Portland back in the 70s. And the guy I worked for and eventually became my business partner, and we bought into the store and had a good time with it. But he had a bunch of old tins of pipe tobacco in his garage in Portland, Oregon.
So it had been through freeze-thaw cycles too, probably, and,
yeah.
and a lot of heat during the summer.
Yeah, really, it really was in his garage, and you know, I don't know what kind of garage John had, but basically it was from 1973. He had bought it actually right before he bought the tinderbox. When he was a customer, he probably bought it at either Arthur Leonard's or possibly Rich's, downtown Portland, two of the oldest pipe shops in the Northwest at that time.
Right.
So he's got all these tobaccos. He said, Doug, I'm going to drop off some tobacco to you. I hadn't seen the guy in 30 years. Because he says, I know you're still in the tobacco and pipe business. And I said, yeah, bring him by. So he came by about a month ago, and this stuff was just ancient. You know, it was back from when they blended it in Perth, Scotland.
Right.
Which is something that they haven't done for probably 20 years. It's all made in Germany now.
Yeah, right.
So we busted it open and gave Tom Curley some and some other guys and had a good time.
Is Red Rapparee still actually blended?
It's still blended.
Oh,
in
really?
Germany, I think it's either Orlik or one of those German outfits that does that sort of thing. All these tobacco blends, even the old British mixtures, are all being kind of consolidated under one roof in Germany and Denmark for the most part. There's only one or two tobacco works left in England. Samuel Gawith in the west, in the Lakeland district, and that's about it, actually.
Well, given the market, the changes in the market, I don't know, economies of scale probably.
Yeah, and then some of the governments are getting so difficult to deal with on the warning system, the labels and that sort of thing, that a lot of companies are just bailing out of some of the Western countries. But Germany seems to still have no problem with it. You know, the Germans, they'll do anything for a buck. So why not?
That'll be controversial.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. No, I like being controversial. It's part of my nature.
Indeed.
Anyway, yeah, so that's the story on the Red Rapparee. It's a great old tobacco from Scotland. It was kind of the mainstay of the Rattray's line for years and years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, you said you gave it to somebody else, and they said it kind of seemed to criticize it for being not as edgy as a modern tobacco.
I think, like you say, he wasn't really used to how mellow those mixtures can be. I mean, that's kind of...
And it may have been more mellow out of the tin originally, even being that older tobacco.
Exactly. But it's been sitting in there for, what, 40 years?
Yeah.
That's 40 years.
That's incredible.
So after I was amazed that it was still fresh. You know, it was under seal. It was under seal. It was like new.
Yeah.
It had a little bit of a tinny kind of an aroma to it. So as I mentioned,
when you opened it, but there was none of that.
It dissipated.
Yeah, from the Ziploc.
Yeah, so good stuff.
Yeah, and it wasn't all dried up and crumbly. It was just really nice and mellow.
Yeah, well, I was quite pleased with the fact that he had these in his garage, and he had no idea that they were even worth a dime, you know. But as you know, these things are selling now on eBay for lots of money.
Right. So, did you use pipe stud, right?
I use pipe stud out of Waco, Texas. Steve Fallon, he's very good, great guy, and he took, I think, 8 or 10 tins overall. And it came close to 4 figures by the time all was said and done.
Oh, okay. Did that one tin that you were talking about, what was that, 759 or?
Balkan Sobrani 759. Yeah. Unfortunately, that was an 8-ounce tin.
Oh,
but the problem with it was rusted out.
Oh, no.
So he got it, and I appreciate his expertise because he emailed me, says, you know, the Balkan Sobrani tin is kind of rusted out. It may not bring much, and we're going to have to tell them that on eBay, obviously. You want to be as upfront with people as possible.
Oh, you bet.
So it didn't bring a lot of money. money. Actually, the one that brought the most money, oddly enough, was one called Barling's Royal Hunt, which was from the 1960s.
Yeah.
It's kind of an aromatic Cavendish, but it's an English tobacco. It was made in England, but it's more of an aromatic, not highly aromatic, but it was clearly a...
I wonder how they got away with that back in that day. You know, because I thought that in English...
You naturally flavored it. And this stuff kind of smells to me... I remember it from the days I've not experienced that tobacco for years, but back in the day when we had access to all that stuff, as I recall, it was flavored with something like some sort of fruit juice.
Oh.
It was like either pineapple
or
maybe vanilla. As long as it was a natural flavoring agent, you could get away with it in England. Any artificial chemical additives were not allowed.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, pretty interesting
there's
stuff.
Annie.
There's Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Part of the mix here.
Yes, indeed. Hi. Hi. Yeah. And then you have a new little pipe rack here with high-end pipes.
Yeah, you know, I've had some nice quality high grades for quite a while, Tom, and now that I've got a place to put them, I have them under glass, which is nice.
Yeah.
It keeps the dust off. And the little kids, they love to come in here, and I love them in here, but they have no idea what these things are worth. And they'll grab them and think they're playing Popeye the Sailor with them, you know?
Yeah.
I
can see that's a problem.
That's a $100 pipe you got there, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we've still got a pretty good array of... I've become pretty proud of our house blends. We've got 19 now, and we've got aromatics and English mixtures and Virginia flakes, and we've got a pretty good following. Stuff right now.
Excellent. Oh yeah, some pouches and all the accoutrement. Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to. Originally, I didn't want to do lighters, but I decided to do lighters, the Vector line.
Hi, how are you?
Annie, you're going to be on TV.
Oh, maybe.
You're going to be on TV.
Oh, yeah. What a good dog.
Producer-director is right here in front of you.
She's very cinematic.
Yeah, she is a sweetie. She's been with me 10, almost 11 years in here.
Oh, wow.
Greets all the customers.
The shop dog. Every shop should have a dog.
You know, it's nice to be able to bring her with me.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is such a great shop.
Well, thank you. We try to make it upscale and interesting with a nautical core to it. But, being my background in the tobacco business, I was really happy to get back into this stuff because it's been a lot of fun for me.
Right.
A lot of fun.
Well, thanks, Doug. Yeah, we'll get this
up. You're doing a long video there, man.
I know.
You'll have to edit out that German stuff.
Yeah, no, you know, with this is now in HD.
Oh.
And so I can't use my editing tools.
HD,
on a cheap camera, so, you know, it's actually looks okay. But
it's amazing to me that we can even do videos on something of that size.
I know.
You know, I'm from the old days when you had big put thing on your shoulder.
Oh, yeah. And this is an $80 camera that I got for India and Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I remember when you were down.
Yeah, because it uses AA batteries.
I still tell that story on the fumigation.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, that was...
You sit there, and this truck comes down the street, and the whole street's filled with this smoke. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, that Tom gets back alive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't too obnoxious, actually. I don't know what was in it, but, yeah, it was interesting.
You know, the DDT thing is kind of an interesting, controversial. Speaking of politics and controversy, you know, I mean, the downside of DDT everybody knows about. It's bad stuff. But apparently it did prevent a lot of nasty stuff from happening in those third world countries when it was in use, too. So hopefully we can find alternatives for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you up to this weekend? Anything fun?
Right up to Canada on the motorcycle.
Oh, nice.
Kind of a long way up.
Thing?
Yeah, in mid BC. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'll leave early Friday morning and get back hopefully late Sunday night, but I may even do.
Where do you go up there?
It's a place called Shuswap Lake, which
way
is
north of Whistler there.
Well, north of Kelowna. So it's more interior and then north.
Cool.
Yeah. So it should be fun.
You got to do one of these from up there.
I may. Yeah.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.